This is a Republic Notice. It's August 29th, 2014. The title of this Republic Notice is called Katt Williams, NJW Brother of Honor. Katt Williams, NJW Brother of Honor. First of all, what is NJW? NJW is the New Jerusalem. Now, the New Jerusalem Wall holds the city of Zion. The New Jerusalem Wall is the 15th Amendment. It holds the city of Zion, and it is the wall. See, they cannot go past our borders contractually. All they can do is be united squatters, and that's the U.S. So the New Jerusalem Wall is the 15th Amendment. And so Katt Williams is a brother of honor on that New Jerusalem Wall, protecting the city of Zion. The city of Zion is the 1 through 15th Amendments. That's the city of Zion, specifically 13th, 14th, and 15th Reconstruction, in which Alaska was purchased in between the 13th and 14th. I keep telling people to come to Alaska because Alaska is the closest to Judea and still within the United States. You're as close to Judea as you're going to get by being in Alaska and still being in the United States. This is the time where you're being called home. You're being called home to yourselves, to your kingdom, to your maker, to your creator, to the place you came from. But a lot of y'all still thinking you came from Africa instead of Judea, which the Palestinians are now trying to claim as Palestine, but it's really Judea. And you're close to it in Alaska. So Katt Williams is the NJ Wall Brother of Honor, and I want to feature brothers like this because it's a man that other black men can look at, take lessons from, emulate, begin to understand, open their minds, have a positive image of manhood that's not often seen in the media. The media is constantly degrading black men and have them as, someone who's always on the take, robbers and all that. So when we find a brother that needs to be recognized, we should recognize him because then he serves as an example to not only other men, but to women who need to understand that it is positive men doing things out here. They're unsung heroes. They're never given credit. They're never given media attention. They're never given any kind of publicity. Okay? Now, what's unique about Katt Williams and why he is a brother of honor on the NJ Wall, on the New Jerusalem Wall, is because he actually fits the profile of a man that is religious, a pure religion. Pure religion is James 1:27. Serving the widows and orphans is pure religion and staying out of the world. Again, James 1:27, the Bible, serving the widows and orphans and staying out of the world. Now, people hear that and you'll have a lot of black men saying, oh, well, she ain't married, she a baby's mama, this and that and that and that and other. They don't understand by contract, all black women are married. All they are is repeating propaganda in their MK Ultra mind. Okay, Katt Williams did something that a lot of men would detest doing. A lot of men deny their own children that they know are theirs. That they know there is their child, they deny them in order to escape responsibility or in order to just trash the woman or in order just to show that they don't have no self-respect for their own seed. Well, Katt Williams fathered a child with a crack addict woman. And in order to take care of his child, he sought to get custody of his child because the mother was incapable. But he went on and he adopted the rest of his son's siblings that belonged to this crack addict woman. And there's about 7 of them. So he has at least 7 or 8 children he has adopted and he's taken care of and he's the father of and nurtures single-handedly. And the majority of them are, he doesn't ask who are their father. He just takes care of them because he's serving the widows and orphans, like James 1:27, And he has a son by this woman, and rather than separate his son from the rest of the siblings, he's given them a chance to grow up together, to try to build together, and so that they will have friends later in life, or so that they will understand, the circumstance of life and time and energy that they all were born into in this epoch of time. So this is basically what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to leave links in the description, because I want you to look at yourself and get a chance to profile this brother. And he believes in Jesus Christ. He holds fast that Jesus Christ is Lord, even though he's around all this Hollywood satanic worship and negativity. I'm not saying he's around it, but it comes at him because he is well known and he is in the comedic circuitry. And so they come, he's exposed to many things, and he's under attack just like all Christians are under attack. And I want you to hear how he handled his attacks, how he see his attacks, how he hold fast to his Christian faith, and how intelligent he is. Because a lot of people will just look and at a person sometimes, and you judge them by the outside, but you don't really know the character of the man until you see things that they do within their actions. And it's their actions that begin to reveal who they are as a person. So I'm going to stop it pretty much right here about Katt Williams. It's stuff left in the description for you to begin to look at, so you can see and assess him. But when you're assessing him, I want you to compare him, or not even compare him, because other men, I wouldn't even say they can walk in his shoes, because Katt Williams fought the system for the children. When you take somebody like Usher married Tamika, then he used the system to fight Tamika and to split up Tamika children. See, and that's the difference. You got some black men who will use the system and try to fight black women, and use the system use the gangster system of 200 to 300 million to fight a black woman, to split her family up. Because of whatever reason, saying that she's incapable and this and that and the other, where you have somebody like Katt Williams who put the children first and will fight for the children and will fight the system on behalf of the children to make sure that they have a proper care and they're not tossed around in a system like somebody's chattel slave property. So I wanted to mark that note so you can see these are two men who has some degree of financial success, and Katt Williams is Judah. Usher is Ephraim. He was born from a black woman and a Haitian man. Now, there's a lot of men like Usher. I don't want to act like I'm talking about him. I'm just showing you an example of one man who would use the system against the black woman, and another man like Katt Williams who would use the system and fight the system for the children of that black woman, to make sure the children of that black woman do not suffer unnecessarily when that black woman is incapacitated. So you see, it's a lot of cruelness going on in this thing, and the children a lot of times pay. And the kingdom looks at what a man does for the least of these. How do you serve the least of these in the kingdom? And, you don't serve the least of these by, degrading the woman for the, in corporate doctrine, parasites and infringers. You fight the in corporate doctrine parasites and infringers and make sure the children is protected, regardless of what goes down with the woman. Because you're an NJW, you're the New Jerusalem Wall, and that's what you're there for. That's what you're there for. The Buffalo Soldiers put their blood in the Constitution, and a lot of black men are descendants from the Buffalo Soldiers, whether they know it or not. So this is their inheritance. And so what Katt Williams is doing is living up to his inheritance. So I don't want to prolong this, because I want you to look at the description and get a chance to assess him and think about what I said. and think about, like I said, coming back home close to Jadeja, because as the earth is shifting, I believe Alaska is going to shift right back to Jadeja, because it's close to there, and I think it's going to shift right back to there, right back to where it emanated from. This is Mary Omni from the House of King David. Shalom.